this video we wanted to do. We've actually been meaning to have this conversation for a while, even way before we left Accra.
Yeah, I even heard before.
And we haven't had the opportunity to. But today we want to have the opportunity to have a conversation with you. It's actually a challenge that came up a few times.
Yeah.
And then we had to quarrel about it a little bit. We had to fight over it a little bit. But later, and then, after all that, we had to sit down and talk about it and see all the odds in it.
And we are still talking about it.
And we're still talking about it. Which is why today we decided that we want to talk about it with you. And just let you realize that the marriage journey is not for the weak. It's not a joke. But even if, it's for the weak basically. Because all of us are weak.
We are all big vessels though.
Yeah. All of us are weak.
But the journey is not for weak. Like, I always say that.
Yeah, when we say it's not for the weak,
it's
not for the weak to mean that every human being, each and every one of us are weak. Weak in a sense that we came in a way all damaged, meeting each other somehow damaged. But once you figure out what works or doesn't work for you, and you figure out how to fix it and you fix it, that is it. It works. And you become stronger. That weakness goes. Okay, so baby, start sharing with us what you shared with me. How it has been with you, which is why. And a little background story. There is this particular nephew or niece. I've got a number of nephews and nieces. There's this particular niece who likes me. She really loves Uncle Victor. I don't know about the others, but she's the only one that really, really like almost often and almost all the time wants to be in my presence, wants to be around us, right? It is an honest conversation we are going to have with you, and I trust that you enjoy it. And if in case you are going through something similar, know that, man, it is life. It is what it is.
And you've gone through something like this.
Yeah.
Tell us
how
what to do. No, just tell us
your
mind,
experience,
your
like
what you did, that you overcome this and all of that. Like, tell us if you have anything, even if you've not experienced it, and you have any thoughts or anything to help with the situation, you can just drop it.
Well, I think now we have spoken about it and we've come to a conclusion.
We've not really come to a conclusion, babe.
Okay, then that's fine.
Because the main reason I'm saying you've not come to a conclusion is because I'm still in that feeling. I'm trying to work on it for it to be. Because if I've concluded, I'm not sure, say, I would have feelings when I hear that someone is coming around or something.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
So we've not concluded on it. We still have to talk about it to help me clear my thoughts, because it's not a one-day thing that will go.
Okay.
A time will come where I wouldn't want anybody to be around. I realize that I don't really like to have people around.
Yeah.
So
naturally and generally, Franca is not the type of person who would want to have people around, like, guys, come around, let's hang out.
Now that
it's not that she's working on it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting. If I'm around friends, I don't have a problem.
But for friends to come to her place, her house, her space.
Yeah, not really,
Yeah.
Because we have a particular friends that come.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem about it. But when it comes to family,
yeah,
I have a little problem.
Yeah, when it comes to family,
it's not like I neglect family. I don't neglect family at all. But I feel like family has a lot of issues around it, and because my mom and dad and me and my siblings went through this kind of situation, like growing up, I'm always like, nah, I won't allow my husband do this. I don't care. I killed those kind of things in me. So let me tell you about how
what happened.
Like what really happened. Okay, so we lived in a family house where my dad had his own room aside, his siblings who had their own rooms aside in different locations, but the same compound. So we all grew up together. But in this marriage, the family maltreated my mom. Okay, and my mom, I have a senior sister, Nanzira, and my brother and me. But
she's the last one, actually.
I'm the last one. They treated us as if
like they're nothing.
That we are not like my
Useless.
mom is the problem. That's why we are going through this. But you see, and And my dad yielded to what they were doing. So it got to a time where my dad had to take care of his sister's child. That's his niece. And the niece was his favorite too. And he took care of her so well and didn't do that for us. And my mom had to struggle in a way to find solutions to us going to school, paying our fees and all of that, even though we lived in the same house. You get it? So
this what you are saying, like there are a lot of marriages that are suffering because of this situation where when they got married they didn't move to go and live in a different place on their own, basically like maybe rent a place or build their home and something. So they lived in family home, and there are a lot of marriages that are suffering in that.
Yes, and also after you get married, families would want to interfere your marriage.
Yeah.
They would want to tell you how you should live your marriage.
Yeah.
How they have to be in the marriage.
Yeah.
You get it? So we had a lot of issues there. They said a lot of things. They tried brainwashing us to hate our mom. But how can you brainwash a child who the mom is really showing so much love? You can't brainwash a child like that. So when we grew up, it's like now we don't even have that relationship with that family, my dad's family. And growing up, my mom, because of what was really happening, the people that my mom really made us bond with or got closer to was my grandfather, my grandmother, my father's father. My father's father, Papa JK, like he was one of the best grandparents I ever had. And my uncle Nee, my mom's brother Neofer, and some friends of my mom.
Yeah.
That's my mom, like bro codems that my mom really made us we got closer to. So this were like a few people in the family that we were Auntie Gina Dems. These are the only people that we were really closer to. But even with that, Krano, she didn't teach us to really go to them and be there for them to help us and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were all like, okay, we know that our mom has a particular person that if anything, we can just go to seek advice and move on in life from there. But we didn't really have like those ones that will go to, they'll feed us, they'll buy us, they'll take us, they'll pay our fees and all of that. So we didn't have it. Who were doing that were my grandfather, my father's father, my mother's father, and my grandmother. They were the ones really helping us. And now they are no more. My grandfather, my mother's father, my father's father, my mother's mother, and my mother's brother, and my mom. These are the people that we really held on to, and they are all not alive.
So literally, what you're trying to say is that you guys were really maltreated growing up, though you were in a family house.
Yes, I'm getting there. So yes, so these are the people we were looking up to, like not look up to, but we know say if anything we could have gone to because they were helping us, and they are all not alive today. So the experience when you are in a family house with your own father and your father will just go out, they'll call him, come say what they have to say, and he comes in and he's angry and he has to beat us like we are his slaves. You get it? To be sincere, I don't hate my dad. I never looked at it that way. I don't hate my dad, but you know that thing that you have, that I have, like my father could have done better. What at all did we do?
The question for me is that what really could get a man to have his mind changed, to have his focus off from his real wife and children and fight with you, beat you, like this story I'm sharing with you, there are deeper parts to it too.
Family has a stronghold. I won't lie to you. You grew up in a family.
Yeah.
So if a family comes and say that, hey, this and that, they're always going back and forth with you, you'll tolerate because they are your siblings. Even if your wife leaves you, it's your family who will be there for you. So sometimes those things happens to you in your mind, like, hey, if I support my wife and my wife leaves me, my family will be there. But it shouldn't be so. Me now, what I know, because of my experience with my dad and my mom, like, I don't care about family. I always say it's not like I don't care about family, but I don't care about family. Now that I'm also in another family, I'm thinking about my nuclear family now and not my extended family. If we are together and have conversations, we will have. If we are to help, we will help. If we are to support, we'll support, and all of that. So going up to this is the main thing. Growing up, because we didn't used to go to places to sleep over, it was only the personal people I've mentioned that will come around, or we'll go to them and sleep at their end and all of that. So my mom, it's only one cousin, Claudia, who will come and be with us and go back. So we never really had families coming in and going out because my mom was so discreet. And my grandfather hated my father's family because when he entered,
When you say your grandfather from your mother's side?
my mother's side, the only person he had a relationship with was my father's father.
That's Papa Jake.
Papa Jake. And since then, nobody had. They can't even go and sit in front of him. He will deal with you personally. Yes. So he was telling my mom, leave the house, leave this marriage, leave this house, or leave the house and go and live somewhere. Leave the house and go and live somewhere. We move out and we still come back. We move out and we still come back. And my grandfather got angry at my mom. So it brought a little issue. But my mom was my father's favorite. My grandfather's favorite daughter. Favorite child, I would say. So yes, after all of this, so now in my marriage, because I've been through all of this and I've experienced it and I know the intricacies of it, I know that it could be controlled. But sometimes, when you...
Let me help you. What she's trying to say is that she was more treated.
We were.
They were more treated actually. There were times where, when she was even pregnant, she could have lost the baby. There was a time where her father has to beat the mother. There was a time.
My father never raised his son.
Your father never did.
His brother.
Sorry about that.
My mom was pregnant with our last born. I'm the last born now, but we had it.
So they lost one last born.
One last born. She was pregnant. The man just came into the room and started dragging my mom on the floor. She was pregnant. Giddy, hitting her and all of that, moving her out of the room. My mom lost the child.
So she wouldn't have been the last born.
No.
But they lost the last born out of this incident.
Yeah.
And then she became the last born. Then again, their father was sort of brainwashed against them. So their father really didn't have the opportunity and time to take care of them.
My father showed us love, okay, but it had its own, it's on and off, okay, but he didn't really do his turn-out stuff. He didn't really do his father. He did his father's stuff, but he didn't really do the most important ones, like paying of fees, taking care of us, giving us money.
So your father didn't take care of you guys?
He took care of us.
Okay.
Because he was feeding us. When we don't have money, he would go out, go and get money and bring it home. He did all of those things. He paid some fees, okay?
But the whole thing was, he really took care of your cousin.
Yes, his needs than us.
Yeah. So that put fear in you. That's the admission you want to admit.
Yes, so it put fear in us.
And it's still there, like a big scar.
And it's a big scar on me, to be sincere. And my brother and my sister, because my sister too will say that before you visit her, you have to let her know.
You see, the whole issue we are trying to address here is that my niece, like I said, loves Uncle Victor. All the time, my niece wants to come around us. She even wants to stay with us. And you see, and we are not saying don't come to us. But because of Franca's experience growing up, she put up acts that on the outside, when somebody hears it or sees it, somebody will be like, oh, Franca don't penny pa. And I say, she doesn't like the child. She doesn't like my niece who comes to visit us. Or she's doing everything possible to not let anybody come near us or come close to us. Yeah. Well, on the outside, somebody will definitely think like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's a big impression that you create with your family. Yeah. There are some impressions that you don't have to create with your family. There are some impressions that I don't have to create for Franca's family to see that, hey, this is how the husband is like. There are some impressions that Franca doesn't have to create, that somebody will be like, hey, this is how Franca is. You know when you get married and people want to feel like, hey, your wife is taking you away from us, or your husband is taking you away from us, or you know that kind of feeling. That is the feeling we're trying to talk about. So because of her scar, her fear.
And not only the fear and all of that, but I feel like we are a new couple. We are trying to find our stand in this life.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been easy for us after we got married.
Yeah.
So why can't we put family aside and get a stronger ground, then we start all of this?
Yeah.
But you also asked me, you can start it and still make it. But,
And still make it.
But I don't believe in those things, because those things has really put a lot of people into issues. Their marriages has gone down the line because of that. You get it?
So that is her background. Let me tell you guys a little bit about my background. And that is why the issue is there. Not that we are fighting constantly about this issue, but just so you know how both of us grew up and the experience that we've had, and why I would do it like this and she would do it like that, and why we have to sit down really and talk about it and bring outcomes out of it. I grew up in a very big but small town. Big but small town, because my town, because we were chiefs in the town, there were other towns, neighboring towns that were closer to us, but we were like the center of the town. And my town was, even though the town was big, it was also very small because of the way we lived with each other. I can just walk from here to this junction, and I'm going to my auntie's place and going to eat food. I can just pass here and go to my uncle and go and eat food. I can just pass here, like if you pass some small cocos, you are reaching some family member. So we live like a communal, like a communal thing. Remember when we went to my cousin's wedding? It was like the whole town came for the wedding. The whole town came for the wedding. So this was how we grew up. And in my family, the Kwecho family, like, we love people. We love ourselves. You realize that even though we fight, I don't know, they will sit down and talk and argue, and after we finish eating, cook, and do all of that stuff. We didn't really have this experience where it feels like maltreating in the process, where there will be fear, where somebody is coming to us, somebody wants to come and visit, and it looks like, hey, don't come, that kind of thing. I didn't experience that. Like, we love people. Not to me that she doesn't love people. She loves people. My family, we love people. Hey, we love to serve people. Yeah, we love to serve people. We love to be like, Charlie, we want to, when we are with people, we want to be like, hey, like my family does that. Yeah, my family does that. So you see the two background stories. The two background stories that I grew up like this. She also grew up like this. So the common thing that we are coming to, we were coming to understand in this place, and also this particular niece of mine, she's my sister's daughter, right? And growing up, my sister literally took care of me, you see. And in quote, as per tradition or we should say maybe out of love, family would say, oh, I mean, Getty is your responsibility. You have to take care of her. Because my sister took care of me growing up. So it's like, because of this, even you, if you are not taking care of this girl, it will look like you are wicked. You see, and that is the situation, though. But the point is that we don't want to create impressions in front of these two families where it will look like, hey, this person is like this, this person is like this. So the point was, let's do it anyway. Let's have an open heart. Let's embrace. But we know what we are about. We know what we are doing.
I know that. So let me just say this. I understand where you don't want to create impression. You are dying inside and you are not creating impression. I'm not trying to talk.
But you see the problem with her was she never really opened up to share with me her fears about the situation.
Yes.
That was where the quarrel and challenge were. You see, why would you want to hide it? But at the end of the day, she ended up opening up to tell me what her fear really was.
So you see, my understanding to all of this is that you have a niece. I also have a nephew who is my favorite. I've decided not to allow my nephew come around.
Not that you've decided not to. If you say it like this, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't communicate a right message.
Okay.
The thing is, the nephew doesn't live closer.
But he always tells me, Auntie, can I come? Like anytime I hear from
you don't
him.
really tell me about that.
Yeah.
So if Kelvin wants to come around, what stops us from allowing Kelvin to come around? No, that's the question. No. It is not that you don't want the person to come. It's about what you think is stopping us
No, it's. Let me be sincere here.
So open up.
It's because I decided not to allow those things to happen.
So that is it. Because you decided not to let it happen.
Yes, because I decided and I decided to not let it happen because of what has happened. I don't want.
And all of this is because you are afraid.
Yes, and
because you are afraid this will spoil your marriage.
Yes, I don't want my husband to say that you're allowing your nephew come here and you're not letting my niece come here. But at the moment, I don't have the capacity.
But guys, listen to this.
Manage this.
Guys, listen to this. You see, this is where my problem is. Talk to me about it and know my mind about the matter. Like, we don't talk to me about it and to know my mind about the matter, and you're just there assuming that I don't want my husband to do that. I don't want my. Like, this is why we are family. We are supposed to talk about things. Your fear, at the end of the day, I'm the one to take away your fear. The same way you are the one to take away my fear. You see what I mean? So don't hide it. If you have a fear, open up and tell me this is my fear. Just like the way me when I'm not the type of person who is usually afraid though. But when something happens and then I'm unsure, like you want to bring fear or something, I tell her, don't I? So why is that yours you don't want to say? That's the problem. Because these things, they are serious issues that we have to address. So imagine we are doing a party and then we invite all of these people to come.
That one is a party.
So see it as a party.
I'm not always doing a party.
No, I know, but see it as a party.
But to be sincere, I'm thinking it through. I'm working on myself to get better. So yeah, I'm not. And to be safe, after we got married, I've not really stopped him from not doing things for his family. That one, he has the right to do it. I also have the right to do it. But this was some of the things that was really worrying me in the marriage. And now we are finding like solutions to it and what I can do and all of that. But I still have those feelings and those things happening, like burning in me. Like sometimes it triggers me. Yeah, that's the right word. It really triggers me that me am to make shame. Then I start getting scared and worried.
Because you are feeling whatever happened to your family might happen to this.
Because it's not different from my. Look at it. So it's not different from my family structure.
You see.
You understand?
You see. Except you see me like your father, then. No, hold on. Except you see me like your father, then you won't trust that I could handle this. You see,
hold on.
And except you don't trust me to handle this, then this is really a big problem.
I thank God I have this man, okay, because he has a different mind of thinking, which I so appreciate. I don't see him to be like my father. I'm just saying, like, I don't want. I see it to be like a picture that I have gotten, but I don't see it to be my father at all.
So you see, somebody said, let me help you with this. Somebody said to get rid of an addiction, get a new addiction. This picture has been in your mind's eye for a long time.
Yes, and that's what I'm working on.
So clear the picture off.
Yes.
This must be done out of love.
I know.
Clear the picture.
And you know me, I don't maltreat people's kids.
Yeah, and you must.
I don't know how to maltreat a child.
Yeah, and you must deal with this once and for all.
I don't know how to raise my hands on someone's child at all. I don't know how to do it, and I don't know how to insult someone's child. If you're doing something, I'll just say, "Oh, don't do it. I beg you." I have love for kids, to be sincere.
Yeah.
I have so much love for kids. So I don't know how to maltreat someone's kid. My mom never did it, so I didn't have that picture. Cora too, like, and you know it. She has been to her end. It's not like she has not been to her end for some time. She has been to her end for some time.
Yeah.
But when I think about, like, it's now coming. Like, those things are triggering me, and from the way informations were coming before she comes. Was also triggering me. It was remembering me of something.
So our only problem is
and from some things that has been said, that's what was triggering me. Okay, so if these things has been said, then it's easy for them to call you and sit you down and tell you that, hey, this is your sister to help you, so you have no option than to help your sister's child.
Which is why I tell you that let's not start creating the impression in the first place.
But you have always been reminded on that.
That what?
It's not because we are married, but that your sister's child. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but he has been reminded.
I don't get that reminder
please, hold on. I'm saying he has been reminded because it's not a bad thing. Even if it was me, I would be reminded. I'm trying to say it in a way that this things get to you, no, not that you. I said earlier on that I thank God for my husband because he has a different mindset. I thank God for you because you have a different mindset. But I'm trying to say it as myself. This is what is helping me
if you
free
believe
my. It's freeing me, like to
Yeah.
be sincere. So I'm saying all of this. That my husband is one best man I've gotten because when I tell him something, he allows it happen, okay, and he helps me with the next move. Like, please, let's do it this way. Like, like we find solutions to our problems. But I had to say this to come out of where I am because it's helping me at the moment. See, I'm starting to get goosebumps. So yeah, I'm saying it and I'm getting free more. Okay, this is how I was seeing, like if I was to be in your shoes, I would be reminded too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying that these things too could get to the mind of anybody if it happens, but it's not a bad thing. I'm never stopping her from coming. This is my problem that I was in. This is the show, world I was built, and I was in. So now I'm working on it to find a solution to all of this. Okay, and yes, I'm happy. I'm happy that we are helping. And now, I when she comes around, it's my mind. I'm trying to work on my mind in a way that I don't get too worried. But the only thing I would always want to hear is that 2 days before, I would want this person to come around. Or can it be possible? If yes, okay.
No,
yes,
you see, that's what I'm trying to let you understand that. If it's love with my sister, she will tell me like a week or two before that Getty wants to come to our place.
Yes.
But it is my mother who is playing stubborn. My mother, dear, even she come to our place without informing us that she's coming. And that is the thing we've been having with her. Not to mean that don't come home, but the point is, we are always not at home. Yeah. So what if you come and then we are not there? And she has come like 2-3 times and we were not there. One time we had to even rush to come to her to the house.
Yeah, you had to go and pick her.
I had to go and pick her and bring her to where we were before we went back. You see, that's the thing. Because I thought that we had issue with pre-information that we are coming or we are not coming. I thought that was what we had the issue with until she had to open up and tell me that she was really scared and this and this and this and that. Yeah. You see, that's my point. My point is let me know ahead of time that Charlie, this is why this is happening. If you don't let me know, when you're putting me in the dark, you're living in the dark, it tells me you don't trust me. I
didn't know that was sort of triggering me until just recently when we were talking to Mama Jen, and then I had to tell her that I think that this is what is triggering me.
I understand.
I never knew. I told her I could allow anybody.
Understand.
You get it. Then when we were married, when I visited him, his niece comes around.
Understand.
So and they will come and I'll be there until she leaves and then I leave and then we are. You get it. So it's not like I didn't want to do it. But it's now that all of this is coming, so it's triggering me. What I say, So that's it. Like, yeah. But I'm working on it.
Yeah. So the action plan for her was, she said, henceforth, she will be calling so that my niece comes around, like usually weekends.
Like weekends,
once in a while for weekends, holidays.
Yes, and then I'll do the same to my nephew in case he's even going to SS, so he wouldn't have that time. But yes, but after maybe when he calls me, when he's done with school, he calls me and he's like, oh auntie, please can I pass to you? And oh, why not? I will just, or my brother calls me or his sister calls me that, oh I'm around, or can I pass through? I'm like, oh, you can pass through because I can't be enemies with both families.
Because truly, listen, one thing I feel and believe is that if somebody would destroy something you have, then you allowed it.
Yes.
That is the underlying thing for me.
True.
Because if somebody comes to your space and the person wants to destroy something and you can't see it to confront the person and correct it, and you know me.
Yeah.
Me, when I'm maybe having conversation with my brothers and sisters, I'm the last one, but sometimes when they say something and I don't agree with, I tell them boldly that I don't agree with this. Like, this is not so cool. And like, let's do it well. Let's do it better.
Yes, and one thing that every time when I think about this, I get is that you can't hate people, and it's not everybody.
Yeah, people are people. They are the ones who help us
and
anytime.
It's not everybody who is bad. It's not everybody who has that intention.
Yeah.
To come and ruin your marriage.
Yeah.
So why don't you leave it be and be cautious of everything that happens. If something is going to happen, as I have the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
I'll be reminded on.
Because what I tell her every
don't
day is that
allow it. Okay, you are good to go. So even before this, I felt it was the Holy Spirit who was helping me to tell you that, because I really brooded on it for 3 days.
yeah. Because
And I wasn't too sure, but I had to still tell her.
Yeah, because what I tell her every time is that you stand on your ground. You are spiritual, so you be more spiritual. Stand on your ground. Be strong. Stand on your ground. If it's prayer, you're praying, pray. And pray to stop these things way ahead of time. Declare. You refuse every distraction, every obstruction. Declare. Pray to stop it ahead of time. So when it happens in the physical, oh, you've already stopped this a long time ago. If you don't stand on your ground and you don't do these things, when it comes to hit you, you allow you die. Guys, thank you for watching this conversation. And I'm sure you learned a thing or two from it. Share with us what you learned.
Marriage is a journey and it's a learning ground, and I'm always open to learn.
Bye.